Reactions as Buhari appoints Osinbajo chairman, Federal Government Toilet Use Campaign Committee. From the outset of the second term of this administration, the role of Vice President Yemi Osinbajo in President Muhammadu Buhari's government has been the subject of debate among rival political factions. Even though the VP came in the same ticket with the Buhari, there have been concerted efforts by some powerful aides to the president to diminish his relevance in the government, and these moves were consummated as soon as the president was able to secure his second term in office. Some of the key portfolios that were coordinated by the office of the vice president during the first tenure has since been taken away and assigned to other agencies, leaving Osinbajo with mainly ceremonial duties. This move has fueled speculation of a rift between the president and the VP. But as if the president was listening to the complaints in the social circles, it recently announced the appointment of the vice president as chairman Federal Government Toilet Use Campaign Committee. The key mandate of the campaign is to implementation an initiative to end open defecation in Nigeria in 2025 by 2025. In the eyes of many Nigerians that are sympathetic to Osinbajo, this new appointment appears like an attempt to humiliate the vice president and cement his ceremonial role in the administration. There have been an outpouring of reactions on social media as soon as the appointment was announced. Many of the comments were heavily laced with emotions from people who assumed that the administration does not recognize that talent of the vice president. But they took consolation in the fact that the VP will make the most of the appointment as he has always done and turn it around to appear like an important portfolio for his office. One of those that expressed such sentiments was Ayodele Suyi, who said as far back as 1778, John Wesley preached that cleanliness is next to godliness. Professor Yemi Osinbajo will make a success of the project, and this does not in any way diminish his stature as a professor of law, a senior advocate of Nigeria, SAN, and a pastor. These are intimidating credentials, and if the only job the system could find for him is latrine cleaning, the joke is on the nation. Another person that commented noted that it is a sign of humility to accept with grace and responsibility that is assigned to one, adding that just like Jesus, a good leader must sometimes be ready to take rubbish. But to be honest, while the new role for the vice president may appear unappealing on the surface, it is however a very critical intervention area in terms of social development and economic growth. Recall that last year, Nigeria overtook India as the nation with largest cases of open defecation, and this has the direct implication on the nation's economy, according to UNICEF, which states that the country may lose 455 billion naira, or about 1.3% of its annual GDP, to poor sanitation. It is also added that a third of this cost could result from open defecation. More than 100,000 children under 5 years of age die each year due to diarrhea, of which 90% is directly attributed to unsafe water, he said. In 2018, President Muhammadu Buhari had declared a state of emergency on the wash sector and subsequently launched a national campaign for Nigeria to eliminate open defecation by 2025. Speaking on the project, the vice president said, according to the vice president, we are embarking upon this initiative at a most auspicious time. As our nation confronts the COVID-19 pandemic, we recognize that expanding access to water, sanitation, and hygiene facilities is our most effective weapon against the scourge of infectious diseases. The campaign will mobilize various strata of society to imbibe a new culture of safe sanitation through behavioral change, communication, and advocacy strategies. We will also establish mechanisms for tracking progress and sharing knowledge and lessons learned. I just came across this whole thing because the first thing I came across was the reaction of Femi Fani-Kayode when he said his prophecy has really come to pass because he prophesied, or he said something like that, September 2019, that the way things were going, that he was sure that they might send this man to toilets, something like that. He made mention of that, and he came out and said, yes, his prophecy came to pass because he had seen this before now. Well, it might sound like that, it might look like that, but what a lot of people are trying to say is that the benefit of what he has been appointed to do, that is what matters. People try to justify, try to do this, try to do that, try to say this, or it could be this, it could be that. Definitely people must say something. But some people believe that it's supposed to be more than that. It's supposed to handle bigger job more than that. Even during the election time, he was the one that was going from market to market, sharing money that they shared. And at the end of the day, people didn't like it. People didn't really fashion, or people didn't really admit to that, because they're like, oh, a professor going to the market sharing money, that it was really demeaning. But some of the supporters, those who see things in the other way around, they were like, oh, it does not matter. That is to tell you is a sign of humility, just like the way they are saying in this, where everybody's entitled to his or her opinion, but people know what is happening, people know what is obtainable. People might try to downplay the whole thing and all of that, because you could see that they couldn't even try all of this kind of a thing in their first tenure. Not that they never knew that all these problems were there, but because they believe that they all know what they are doing. And those who always support, those who are even defending him, you're on your own, because these people knew what they were going into before. So they could really be deceiving the people. So if you are sympathetic with them, or you are defending them, it's none of a, that is your own uh I don't know. I don't even know. I don't want to sound rude, but that is your opinion. Let me just put it that way. But these people, do you look them, they care about the general masses? Because what will benefit people more, that people will like, oh, we are living in plenty, we are living in whatever. They don't even care to do all of those things. They just try to parabolate and be doing things that, not that they are not good, but something that will have a direct impact in the life of people, positive one, that we really, because most of the time in this setting, it is in this dispensation that we are in now, what people really can relate with is for them to be able to feed themselves. That is the major thing. Once that is taken care of, every other thing can be talked about. But they don't even do all of those things that will make, or that will put smiles on the faces of the people. But that's aside. But those who are trying to make up, or trying to justify, try to defend, try to look at it from a different angle, they're entitled to their opinion. And those who are like, oh, this is really demeaning, of course they are still entitled to their own opinion. But let's hear what Nigerians are saying here. Okay, someone say it is shameful and utterly humiliating for Osinbajo to be assigned such a disgraceful role. What is there to be made most of? In India, in India, toilet cleaning is the job of the untouchables, which is the lowest class caste. Buhari has degraded Osinbajo to that level. So him, Osinbajo, is being made to pay the Giza as a conquered person in total subjugation as the Quran demands. Imagine what greed and lack of self-respect has brought to a professor and senior advocate of Nigeria, serving a man whose qualification is an affidavit of having gone to a secondary school. What an insult. The Minister of Environment or Minister of State Health can handle this, not the Vice President. It's good for the position as a good Christian. When you see evil and you refuse to speak, the truth shall very evil will consume you. Very soon the evil will consume. Chai, the Yoruba self. Okay, this is what we are saying. Just because he accepts to do trade money, you want to make him toilet management. Shame on you. What more should be said? What that was a thought out plan to rubbish the vice president. But if he has accepted it, congratulations to him. What is the Minister of Health doing? FFK once prophesied this latrine joke and about VP, but as usual, it became reality. Oh my shield. Professor of Law, SCN, the pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, now head of toilet in Nigeria. Buhari no dey laugh o. Ẹ gba ọmọ Yorùbá, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ báyìí? Toilet. Okay, I don't know what this is saying. A professor is son, a vice president of a nation, not a club, a regional pastor appointed chairman of latrine committee. Very interesting. Did VP complain? Don't make noise out of nothing. People can create chaos. Good. Okay. Good for her. Since I no get good thing to do with a certificate, you know getting to do with certificate, make him learn how to pack shit wey Hausa shit for bush. Nigerians say it's a two-way responsibility. Regards to the lockdown issue, the common Nigeria will obey and say if the government fulfills their responsibility in making supplies and not fake promises. Remember, the scourge of hunger kills before virus may advance. That serves their tribes right for more awareness. Okay, this government can as well create an agency for gutter cleaning and give Osinbajo the honor to lead or to head the committee as a loyal vice president. He will be leading by example by being in forefront of gutter cleaning exercise. A nice job for our obedient vice president. Osinbajo is a houseboy in Aso Rock. This is better than the former appointment he gave him as chairman of a condolence visit. Okay. Professor, resign and keep your integrity. Someone says he's not complaining. Why are people crying more than the bereaved? That's what a lot of people really stand for. Okay, Mr. Osinbajo, congratulations on your new post as a Osinbajo is always seen as a machinery for campaign by this government. It's not fair. Is there an ordinary person to assign such a task to? Why should he be the vice president? Toilet care. I don't believe it. Okay. Serves the Yoruba race right. You wanted to ride the back of a tiger. So guys, let us hear your opinion. What do you think? Do you think it's demeaning? Do you think it does not mean anything? Or think people are just making things out of nothing? Let's hear your opinion in the comment section. Thank you.